Hey guys, Jess here. I just wanted to take a few minutes, or we'll see how it goes, to talk a little bit about who I am and what I'm doing, and how or why I hope to help those of you who have been watching my videos. So I recently hit 100 subscribers, so thank you to those of you that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. I'm actually now I think at about like 128. When I first decided to create my YouTube channel, I did it because I wanted to share mom things. I wanted to just, have a platform to share different things that I found to be helpful or useful or, stupid that maybe someone would get a laugh at as another mom who understood, and when I first created my channel, I was like, okay. And then I started teaching English online, and I felt like, okay, now, I feel like I have something that I can really help people with. Being able to teach English online from home has been really beneficial for my family. And so I was thrilled now to have this platform to be able to share that with all of you. So now I kind of just feel like I want to sort of tell you who I am, what I am about, and see if there are any other ways that I can help you. If there's something that I have experience with and you want to ask questions about it, I am pretty much an open book. So I thought that I would sort of just do this video to thank those of you who have subscribed, and then also just see if there's anything else that I can offer to you. So I am Jess, of course. I'll kind of do like a cheesy introduction and just sort of share what's going on with me. So I am a mom. I have two baby boys who are 14 months apart. So they are very close in age. They're also very young. So Liam just turned 2 this past June, and Luca will be 1 on Saturday, which completely blows my mind. I cannot believe how fast time is going with the two of them. And so that sort of is where I think a lot of this stemmed from as well. They are so young, they're so close in age, they're both boys. So my life is kind of all sorts of crazy and insane. And sometimes it can just be nice to see that someone else is going through going through the mud with you. And so that's kind of what this place can be about too. I'm happy to share anything at all that will help anybody in any way. So I am a teacher by trade. I went to school for education. My undergrad is in elementary and special ed, and my master's is in elementary reading. So teaching and learning with a specialization in elementary reading. And so I've been teaching now for, I guess, about 8 years, and I've taught in all different types of schools and settings in my short 8 years. I started teaching actually in Florida, in Orlando, in a full inclusion charter school. So if you don't know, I am from Pennsylvania. I'm about 45 minutes out of Philadelphia, in a small town called Hatboro. And I've been here now for 2 years about in the house that I'm in. And so I've kind of been everywhere. I grew up in Pennsylvania, just about 30 minutes from where I am now. But I lived in Orlando. I moved to Orlando in 2012 for a teaching job with this charter school because I was substitute teaching for a little while and just was feeling like things were going nowhere. So I got hired pretty quickly. I up and left, and in 4 weeks was living in an apartment in Orlando. So I taught for 2 years at this full inclusion charter school where I ended up, so as a co-teaching position initially, turned into a non-co-teaching position due to an influx of students, was a special ed lead, and just kind of, all types of experiences in my 2 short years that I was with that school. Then I moved to a public school where I was a 5th grade teacher for a year, and then the reading coach for K through 5 the following year. At that point, I got engaged, and so I met my husband, of course, while I was in Orlando. I did move there alone. Met my husband on Match, mind you. So if you have had any doubts, if you are in a position where you're like, I'm never going to find anybody, where am I going to meet someone? There's nothing wrong with dating online and finding someone online. It worked for me, and it's also worked for a lot of other people I know. So I'm happy to answer questions about that as well. So I met my husband in Florida. We got engaged on my birthday in 2015. right? Yeah. And so we decided that we were going to move back to where I'm from after we got married. So we got married in June of 2016. And then, right, I'm like all off on my months and years. Time is just flying. And then in May, or shortly after that, so we got married in June, and then, a few weeks after that, we moved to where I grew up, just sort of close to there. So I taught for 4 years in Florida. I moved here, back home to Pennsylvania, and I got pregnant pretty quickly. So I was teaching as a reading interventionist for a school, for a public school where we are now, and it was part-time. I wasn't making much, but I was pregnant. So what on earth was I going to do the following year? I knew that I couldn't afford to work this part-time job. I knew that I needed to figure something out. Finding teaching jobs where I live is very difficult. And then I also wasn't sure if I was ready to just have a baby and send him to daycare. So I was kind of in like this stuck in this spot where I didn't know what I was going to do. I had to figure things out. I couldn't afford not to work. And someone mentioned to me or asked me if I had considered virtual school. This is something I had never heard of before, didn't know it existed, so I, of course, was not considering it until that person mentioned it, and I started doing some research, found out that there are several virtual schools in Pennsylvania, and so I started applying, and I got a job with PA Virtual Charter School, which I am still happily employed with, and things are going really, really well. I'm so grateful that I was actually a customer at my parents' restaurant, Terramina's, shameless plug. If you are in the area, Terramina's of Ivyland is a fantastic Italian BYOB. Check it out. So I started teaching for virtual school, and now here I am. Now I was able to keep Liam with me for his first year of life, his first entire year, which was awesome. His nap schedule was created and adjusted to my work schedule, which was great. Liam was 4 months old, and I found out that I was pregnant again with Luca. Wonderful little surprise. And then Liam did have to go to daycare after his first year because he was just so mobile, and I wasn't able to get anything. I knew I wouldn't be able to get anything finished, but I was fortunate enough to keep Luca with me his first year. And now he is on to his second year. Liam is on to his third year, and they are both at daycare today for their very first day because I start work today. So I'm a little heartbroken. They had a pretty easy morning. Dropping off was not so bad, but I'm not sure they noticed that I was leaving. So I'm hoping that I get some pictures throughout the day and hear that their day was okay. But so I am a virtual school teacher. I work full-time from home as a teacher. As you know, I also teach English online for Palfish and QKids part-time. If you've seen any of my videos, I've talked about how I only work those really early morning hours during the week because I am not available during those peak or hot times that everybody talks about. The peak times for working for these ESL online companies is about like 7 p.m. Beijing time, which is 7 a.m. my time, to about 9 p.m. Beijing time, which would be 9 a.m. my time. I am not available during those times because I'm either getting the kids ready for daycare, dropping off, or starting my full-time job at home. So I teach 7 days a week from 4:30 to 6:30 a.m. It can be a little crazy, it can be a little exhausting, but I do really enjoy it, and it's a job that pays, and I enjoy. So it's what I'm going to be doing for a little while. But so until today, we were in a short 6 weeks of summer. And so the boys were home from daycare. I didn't send them to school over the summer to both save on daycare fees, and also, I was home during the day, so we got our time together, which was really nice. So our schedule, though, was a little crazy. I taught from 4:30 to 6:30, as I said, every day. Liam was up. Lately, he's been up at like 5:30, so he was always up by the time I was done teaching. And then we had our day, our crazy day, sometimes naps, sometimes no naps. And then bedtime comes around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then for the past few weeks since Chinese summer began, I have been teaching at night as well. Usually just, 1 to 3 classes from like 9:30 to 11. And then that's it. So It's been a little crazy. I have, in one of my later videos, I talked a little bit about burnout and exhaustion, and it happens, and I'm starting to sort of feel like I'm getting out of it, but I have just been feeling so incredibly tired. And so I have been cutting down my available night classes, though I am looking at picking them up a little bit just because Chinese summer ends at the end of August, and I'd really like a big boost of a paycheck before, now that daycare has started for both of them. It's a big chunk to pay. So I guess really my whole point here is to sort of share what is going on with me, and see if there's anything that I can help you with. Whether it be regarding teaching online for virtual school or for ESL online companies like Palfish or QKids or GoGoKid. If you have any questions about having two kids so close together. I know that when I found out that I was pregnant with Luca, a million things ran through my head. I felt a little guilty for, Liam, and he was still such a baby, and, so quickly was now a big brother and had someone else to take some of his attention away. I, at times feel bad for Luca because Liam, who understands that he is being, that Luca needs things, sometimes Liam gets more and sometimes Luca gets more depending on the situation, and my heart breaks often for sometimes having to almost choose whose needs are more important when it is just me, and so I'm always happy to talk or share or advise in any way that I can. And what else? So I'm also, my husband and I opened a gym last September, so we also own a small gym. We are crazy. We're nuts. People ask us when we're going to just slow down. Probably never, but maybe sometime. So we own a gym in Hatboro. It's a small training facility, and it's called Paragon Training, PHL. If you are local, another shameless plug. Small business, family business run on, word of mouth. And so hopefully if you are local, you will check it out. The first week is free for everyone. So much going on. I just want to help. I want to be able to sort of be a place for people to ask questions. And if I can help you, if I can give you some either peace of mind that things get better, things move on, things are okay, or answer questions for you, I'm happy to be that person. So thank you as always for watching. To those of you that have subscribed, thank you. If there's anything specific you want to know about, please feel free to comment below. I'm also always available by email at workathomekaos@gmail.com, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.